my name is G.P.S. and welcome back. Today we'll be chatting about a brand that I really haven't been the biggest fan of, mainly because their more recent designs have left me wanting more. Most of them have been quite dull and uninspired. Not to mention that one of their last price increases, they've had so many at this point that it's hard to keep up. But one of their big ones that happened mid-2020 just left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't actually have a problem with the fact that they increased their prices, even though I find it hard at this point for me to justify buying their pieces. It was mainly the timing that I felt was in poor taste. And in case you haven't guessed, the brand that we'll be talking about today is Chanel. Now, I've never been the biggest Chanel lover, but I have owned a handful of their different bag designs over the years, most of which I have sold, with the exception of a couple, this being one of them. So if you want to see one of my last Chanel bags standing and hear my reasoning why I decided to keep this particular piece, then please keep on watching. So as I mentioned, I owned quite a few different Chanel bag designs in the past, but I never quite found one that I was completely in love with. And that's the reason why I really sold most of my bags. And if you'd want me to do a video on all the Chanel bags that I sold, then definitely let me know in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. I have mentioned almost all of the bags that I have sold in previous videos. Some of the videos might be a little bit older at this point. So if you want me to do sort of an updated video and mention all of the bags in just one video, then let me know. But I know that there are still some Chanel bags out there that are really popular, be it the classic flap, the Chanel boy bag, or even the newer Chanel 19. This really was the only bag in my collection, and then another one that's back in New York in storage that I felt I wanted to keep for a little bit longer to see if I enjoy using them. And I was actually inspired to pull this bag out and do this video by you guys. I talked about one of the bags that I would like to pick up in 2021, which is a belt bag by HERMES called the In the Loop belt bag, which is quite reminiscent of my bag from Chanel. And in my wishlist video, I mentioned that the reason why I would like to pick up that bag is because I don't really have a piece from HERMES that is overly casual, something that I can just throw on and be out the door, and it would be a smaller size. I do have my her bag and my Picotin, but they're both just a little bit larger than what I currently need. So that's really the reason why I would like to pick that bag up. And I felt it would be a good experiment for me to pull the Chanel bag out and see if I would actually use this. And if I do use a bag of this shape and this type, that means that I do need the In the Loop belt bag in my life as well, because I would be able to take advantage of it. Because this is really a style that's extremely functional, and every time I remember to wear this and take this out, I am reminded of how incredibly useful and user-friendly it is. But unfortunately, the last time that I can remember using this was, I actually still remember this, was in 2019, April 2019, on our last trip to Vegas. That was the last time I wore this. So the bag that I picked up from Chanel a while ago, this must have been the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, was this bag. Obviously, it came in the Chanel box, which I never usually keep. I'm not a big fan of Chanel's boxes. I think their packaging is extremely cheap. And considering that they're one of the most expensive brands out there, and they claim to be on the top of the luxury pyramid, I definitely don't think that they spend enough on their packaging, but that's a story for another day. So I don't really keep Chanel boxes, especially when we moved. The last thing I wanted to be carrying is Chanel boxes, so I didn't keep any of the boxes, but obviously it came in the Chanel box and then in this dust bag. And the piece that remains in my collection, and is still a Chanel piece that I really, really enjoy, is this nylon belt bag with this incredible Chanel chain detail on the front. And I do have my own way of styling it, even though this is a belt bag. It's definitely not one that I would ever wear around my waist or around my hips. When it comes to belt bags, I think they should be strictly worn either as a crossbody bag or a bag under your arm, or just as a pouch bag. You can absolutely use this to twist around your arms or your wrist and just have it hanging like this. I don't think I'm the kind of person who could pull a belt bag off. Not many people can. There are certain people who can style them in a really nice way, especially smaller belt bags, but a belt bag like this I don't think would look good actually worn on the body like that. I think it would be quite a 90s outdated look. This is something that I would only use crossbody or maybe as a little sort of pouch or clutch bag, wrap it around my wrist and have it hanging down like that. I think that would be perfect, but it's absolutely not something that I have worn like this. It's not my aesthetic and I don't think I could pull that off. But I would carry it like this, or I would carry it by holding on to this chain, just super, super casually, not worrying about it. And then one more thing that you can do with this is actually having it crossbody. Now I haven't worn this in a while, so I'm not sure about the setting, if it's long enough, but I'm pretty sure it is on the longest. It's so easy to adjust. And then you can just throw it on crossbody, and it fits on me pretty comfortably. Even though I have quite wide shoulders, it still works on me, which is quite rare for me to be able to put something on crossbody and it not to look awkward. Obviously it still sits high, which I appreciate when it comes to this bag, and it feels still really comfortable because it's so soft that it just kind of molds to the shape of your body. And obviously I want to have it close. I want to make sure that I have everything here and everything gets to my destination with me safe and sound, which I love. But you can absolutely use this on a daily basis. I mainly have been using this for traveling, but I am making a commitment to myself that I'm going to take this out and use this on a daily basis to see if I need that in the loop bag from Hermes, because if I'm able to take advantage of it, I know that it means that I love the in the loop bag as well. And you can just have it on like this in the front. You can absolutely have the chain hanging, as I mentioned. You can take it, maybe attach it to your jeans, attach it to one of the buttonholes on your jacket or on your blazer that you're wearing it with. It's really, really comfortable. It's really lightweight because it's all nylon. There isn't, I don't think, one piece of leather on this, which I know kind of the traditional way of thinking about buying luxury bags is that you should always go for leather. I personally very politely disagree, because if you buy a well-made canvas or nylon bag, in most cases it will age better than a leather bag would. They're just so much easier to care for and clean and use that I really don't mind paying for canvas bags, as long as they're good quality. And then there are certain styles that I would never buy in canvas. For example, I would never buy a canvas Kelly because the way the bag is constructed, if you ever get the canvas dirty, it's really difficult to clean those. But if the whole bag is nylon, I think this is something that you could have dry cleaned. Dare I even say maybe wash this at home by yourself. I've never done it, but I could imagine myself doing it because there really isn't one piece of leather on this. So I think it would be quite an easy piece to clean. And I have to be honest used this a ton, but you really couldn't tell because it's just really such an easy fuss-free bag, which I actually love for traveling because of how safe it is and how just easy it is to style. It goes with everything and it fits a ton. So as I mentioned, there is no leather on this. The front is made of this kind of shiny nylon fabric, which is quite similar to the Chanel cocoon pieces. And then you have a black Chanel twist closure here, which is made of plastic. I'm not even sure if you guys are going to be able to see this in this light, but as I mentioned, you have the double CC twist closure on the front, which is tone on tone, which is really what I love about this bag. It's the same color as the body of the bag. And when I first saw this, I wasn't even sure if this would be functional, if you could actually twist it open, but you can. It's completely functional, so you can twist it and open it and close it. And if you twist it open, it reveals this huge pocket on the front of the bag, which pretty much goes all the way, which is perfect to put a card holder in there, maybe a smaller wallet, some hand sanitizers or some wipes, things that you need easy access to. And this pocket is extremely deep, and as I said, it goes the entire way of the bag. And then you also have, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it there, but you also have a Chanel tag in there, which says Chanel made in Italy. This piece is made in Italy, which is a cute little detail. And then you can close this and twist it shut. And then the other, obviously, main compartment that you have is up here that you can open with a zipper. And then if you can see it here, you have this sort of coating over the zipper, which makes it look quite a bit like a sportswear piece. Obviously, I don't think that this makes it waterproof, but I'm pretty sure that that's the look that they were going for. And the zipper is attached to this really cool iconic Chanel chain detail that has the silver chain with the same nylon that the bag is made of woven through the chain, which is just such a cool detail. And then the chain is actually attached to the bag by this safety clasp. But then that is pretty much all the details on this bag. I'm thinking what else I can show you. Oh, I think there is another CC, a little CC here on the clasp that opens up the belt back here. But if you open the top part up, it pretty much gives you this huge empty compartment here that is absolutely gigantic. I mean, when I travel with this fits a large Kelly wallet, my passport, are they called AirPods or EarPods? I never know. I'm pretty sure they're called AirPods. Your AirPods, hand sanitizer at this point, masks, and everything that you need. I mean, this would pretty much fit all your necessities that you need for traveling. Maybe other than an iPad or a laptop if you travel with one. I don't think those things would fit in here, but everything else, this would be perfect to carry. And then let me remove, I have it stuffed with some dust bags. But other than that, it's completely empty on the inside and you can do whatever you want to do with it. It fits a ton. And what I also love about this, what I don't think I mentioned, is that the reason why it's so amazing for traveling is obviously number one, this makes the perfect travel bag if you want to take this with you to use at the airport, because you can have everything close to you, safe and sound, your passport, your wallet, your cards, whatever you need. But then if you don't want to necessarily use it at the airport, you just want to have it with you when you get to your destination. What's amazing about this is how light and easy it is to pack. Because it falls completely flat, you can completely just like smoosh it up the way you want it to. You can wrap it up into a little bowl, put it in your suitcase, and then whenever you get to your destination, you can just take it out, put whatever you have with you, maybe some socks, some t-shirts, put it in there as some stuffing, and it will bounce back within just a few minutes, which I absolutely love about this bag. And I know that this bag you might struggle to find because I really haven't seen this pop up on the pre-loved market recently. If I do, I'll make sure to link it down below, as well as some other belt bags that I like. But the reason why I still wanted to talk about this is because I think a lot of us are looking for more casual, fuss-free, easy-to-use bags, and I find that these belt bags truly are like that. As long as I find the strap is long enough for you to wear it crossbody, they are going to be some of the best purchases you can make. I have traveled with this on several occasions and I absolutely love the experience every time. When I travel, I usually like to have a smaller bag with me, so either something like this, my Dior trunk bag, or one of my mini Kellys. Something that fits a passport, my card holder, so I know that all of my really important things and necessities are safe and sound next to me. And then everything else can go into something like my MZ Wallace bag or my removal luggage that I talked about in this video, which I have linked up here. I just wanted to show you guys quickly everything that fits into this bag, and I pulled out quite a few different things. I have not traveled in a while, so I have no idea what I would take with me. But let's just start with things that I would want to have with me on a daily basis. So let's say I want to take a big wallet with me. So this is a long Kelly wallet, which fits in here without any issues. It just slides in there. It's not close to any of the edges. There is still plenty of space for me to put other stuff in there. So the Kelly wallet is one thing that I would like to have with me. Another thing that fits in here just fine is my AirPods, which are just the regular AirPods that I'm gonna throw in there. On the outside pocket, I would probably want to have some sort of a sanitizing wipe or some hand sanitizer with me, which is something that I would put into the front here. Next up, I would take some sort of a lip balm, which I'm not sure if you can see here, but this is my glossierbalm.com. So this is something that I would probably put in the front here. And then let's say if I wanted to take some more things with me, I could put another pouch in there, which is just, this is just an Hermes pouch that has some documents, some receipts, and some things that I like to sometimes carry with me, which also fits in here just fine. And this is also the perfect pouch that I usually take with me for traveling to store my boarding pass. So I know that if I use this, I can absolutely use that for traveling as well. And look how much more space you still have. It's kind of crazy how much this bag fits. And then what else can we put in there? Let's say we're going somewhere where it's a little bit colder and I want to take a pair of gloves. I can easily put a pair of gloves in there. These are my Hermes cashmere gloves. And then obviously if we're going to use this for traveling, we need our passports. So I'm going to put a passport in there. And that fits into the front perfectly because that's what I did in the past. And that's pretty much it. You still have space. That's what's crazy about it. If I show you guys, you still have quite a bit of space left in there. So if there's anything else you need, I probably wouldn't need anything else, but just for the sake of doing it, let's see what else we can put in there. So I have my little Bastia in gold Epsom, which actually matches the other pouch that I have in here. Both of them are in gold Epsom. I can also put it in there, and then obviously if I use this on a more daily basis, I would want to take one of my card holders. This is the one that I have been loving and using for the past year, which is my Kelly Pocket, which this still fits in here if I really want to make it work, but obviously if I would use this on a more regular basis, I would not take my passport with me. Instead, I would put my Kelly Pocket into the front. And this is it. It fits everything. You can still close it. It's not bulging. It's not bursting open at the seams. It's just really so simple. And you have a bag filled with everything you can possibly need. And then I almost forgot we need a face mask. So I have my off-white face mask, which I'm just going to throw in here. Yep, even that fits on top of everything. So as you can see, this really is one of those magical Mary Poppins bags. But this is absolutely amazing and so incredibly comfortable to travel with that I'm so glad I never ended up selling this. I did consider it briefly, but I'm glad I didn't, especially now when we are looking for bags that we don't have to touch constantly. You can just throw it on, be on your way and not have to worry about it. This is absolutely an amazing bag. And as I mentioned, it's not something that's still in production, although I'm sure that Chanel will envision this in some shape or form and will come out with another nylon bag. But even if you cannot find this, if you're looking for a great everyday bag, something that is easy to use, pretty casual, then I think Chanel belt bags are really a great piece to look into, and hopefully in the current prices, they are not too terrible to buy because they're not sort of a timeless piece that comes back each and every season. So I'm a huge fan of belt bags. I definitely don't think that they're out. There was definitely a time and place when these were incredibly popular. It was 2018-19, really when this launched, that it was the heyday of relaunching belt bags. Everyone was bringing out new belt bags from Gucci through Dior to Chanel and obviously Hermes. But I still think that these are very much on trend. And even if one day they won't be, the fact that they are so incredibly user-friendly, you will not care whether they are on trend or not. Especially if you buy a piece that really doesn't feature any seasonal prints or patterns or hardware. This is not something that anyone will ever tell you that, oh, you're out of style because you're carrying a 2019 Chanel belt bag, because how would anyone know? It's very unlikely that someone will spot that. But even if they do, I really don't care because I love this bag so much. The fact that it's so functional just makes it one of my favorite bags in my collection. And I wanted to bring it to your attention in case you are in the same boat as me. You're looking for a more casual bag, something that you can just throw on, be on your way and not have to worry about it. Belt bags are really a good thing to look into. And Chanel belt bags, I have to say, are hands down some of my favorites. So I really wanted to bring this to your attention and kind of revisit this piece. And this is it, guys. This completes today's video on me pretty much expressing my love for belt bags. I hope you guys enjoy this, and do let me know in the comment section if you like these sort of one bag at a time reviews. I can absolutely do more of them and just pull out one bag at a time from my collection and share my thoughts on them with you guys. And the reason why I still have them, why I even bought them in the first place. These videos are really a lot of fun to film. And I would love to know if there are any pieces in your collection that you sort of considered selling at one point, but you're glad you didn't, because every time you pull it out, you're reminded of how amazing it is. I would love to know, so do let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!